morning, ladies and gentlemen, StratGamer here, providing you with new Anno 1800 content today. As you can see, we are in Enbesa, but today we're not going to talk about my scholar run in Enbesa or anything about the actual game. We're going to talk about two modes. And why are we in Enbesa? Because those two modes are really focused on Enbesa, and that's why I'm also doing them together. The first mode is the Botanical Garden from Enbesa. So 4 sets of flowers that are coming from Enbesa. And the second is a few new specialists or updated specialists focused on actions in Enbesa. The first one is by Fam, and the second, I'm probably pronouncing it right but wrong, but by Abjanald. So let me be clear again, I have no credit to either of those modes. I just think they are great and want to provide some visibility to them through my channel. Okay, so let's dive in. I will of course post in the description below the link to both of these mods so you can download them. You can also give your thanks and credit to the actual creators. Now, let's dive with the first one, the Enbesa flowers, or the Botanical Garden of Enbesa. Obviously, for them to work, you need both the Botanica DLC and Land of Lions DLC. There are, as I said, 4 sets, and we'll go see them very quickly. This mode doesn't change the fact that you cannot build them in Enbesa, so it's flowers from Enbesa, but you still cannot build them here. So if we check, here, there's no museums, no botanical garden. Go to culture. As you can see, you still have your ornaments, but no. So we'll have to build it in the old world or new world, but it is definitely from Enbesa. So most of them you will be able to buy here, and in particular you can see, for example, the first one here, the moringa tree. If you're wondering why I can see many here, it's because I've just also activated for this video the mod of the all items available at traders. If you don't know about this mod, don't hesitate to ask me a question in the comment below, and I'll do my best to answer. So as I said, let's move now to the old world, where I've actually built here a quick botanical garden. And as you can see, one set of 6, a second set of 6, and 2 sets of 3. So similar number as always. Most of them you'll see are this typical I don't know, sorry, I'm actually not sure how you say it in English, but anyway, that you can't really see much inside, and a few of them you can. Now let's take a quick look at these actual plants. So it is on the second page, right, which without the mod is basically empty. Maybe in the season 3 we'll get more, but for now. And these are the 4. So the Enbesan Plateau, the beautiful branches, bountiful branches, the Rift Valley, and Jewels of the South. And you see, as always, a mix in the rarity, some legendary, some commons, epic, etc. So for all of the ones that are not legendary, you'll find them very easily in Ketema's Arbor. It took me really not that many rolls of the dice to get them all. And in particular for this first one, as you can see, there's no legendary, so easy to get it. And what does it do? Well, for all carpentry works, window makers, gramophone, and telephone, productivity plus 20%. So in particular for gramophones for your investor and telephones for your scholars, that is quite nice. That's the first one. And then this one does has one legendary that you can see here. And the effect is for all crop farms. So again, for the new world, in the old world, extra good, extra hibiscus petals, and indigo dye. I'll tell you quickly how to get all those in legendary. Just let's finish with the two others. This one is for the botanical gardens, decreases the cost, probably not that important at this point in the game, but increases the attractiveness plus 10%. That could be important if you're trying to reach the 33k attractiveness in your capital. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't hesitate to watch my video that should be popping up on the top now around why and how to reach 33,000 attractiveness. To be honest, in that video I'll show you that you probably don't want to use the botanical garden but more the museum, but still that is a good 10%. That could actually change what I said in that video. And then the last is this one on the trade ships, movement speed plus 10%. That is interesting. No, so I said that everything that's not legendary you can easily get in the harbor, and I can show you that. For example, let's look at the Calla Lily. So let's do Control T to get into our item. The Calla Lily. And as always, you can check the item source and you'll see many, including trader. So Emperor Katema is easy to get. You can use all the other elements, for example, the exhibitions or the research institute, but honestly, yes, the trader was quite easy to get. Now for the legendary items, that is quite different. Let's check, for example, the first one, the torch lily. While we were in the lilies, so here it is. As you can see, this one a lot less ways to get it, and in particular you won't find it in the harbor. I also, just for the fun of it, sorry, I tried to roll many times and never saw any of these. So this is working as it should. You can get it in the botanical expedition with 3 stars, some quests, so that's quite rare, right? Because there's many of these quests. There is the sumptuous botanical exhibition. So for me, the easiest way was just to get it in the research institute, which means, and let's go to the research institute. That first you go to field and research and you develop it, right? In your culture of science, plant, select plant and you identify it, and then you go to item development and just develop it. Here is it. So the first one that you develop is 20,000. Here it's now the second, so 30,000, and going up as all the other elements. And it's similarly for all the other legendary items of these sets. So now the second mode, the Enbesa Specialists. And you could say that we already have a lot of specialists, right? If you're familiar with Enbesa, let's go here. You see there are some specialists, right? That is not new. But there is definitely something about those specialists that, at least on my side, I don't love. And let's look at any of my islands here. If you're not familiar with these islands, don't hesitate to check out my playthrough that I will also post the link below on my scholar run, which where I explain what I'm doing in those islands to get as many scholars as possible. And if you've seen this, you could see that so I obviously have a lot of trade unions to maximize that space, and in those trade unions I just use very old items. Miraculous Steel, the Patent Steel, and Ferrous, which have nothing to do with Enbesa. They don't really are specific to any Enbesa farms. They don't give any Enbesa specific bonuses, but we'll go there just after. But but which are actually the best one to use here. This is my opinion. So these new 4 specialists actually change that. So let's look at those specialists. We have 2 that you can find easily again buying them here. First one is the Spice Master, the second the Expert Grazer. So let's take a quick look at what they do. This first one, productivity plus 50, workforce minus 30, provides spice fertility, and really important I would say is the seafood, stew and dry meat additional good production. This is quite huge, and again you can see that this is very specific, right? Because it only applies to spice farms. It gives byproducts that are specific to Enbesa. So this is really Enbesa specific one. And then similarly here, affect only the goat farm and Sanger farm. Productivity and workforce similar numbers, and extra good of goat milk and dry meat. So again, very specific to Enbesa. And I'm not saying I would use this everywhere. And of course, for my Scholar run through, I won't use any of these and will deactivate back these 2 mods, but just thought it'd be very interesting to show you that. Now there is a third one, so let's go back to Control T, and it's called Calla Lily of the Desert. So not the plant, but this one. And as you can see, it's really for Enbesa crop farm. So productivity, workforce, and the interesting one for me is number of modules, decreasing, provide the indigo fertility. And this one a bit different than the other 2 because it gives you extra goods that are not for Enbesa. But again, this is only for Enbesa crops. And as you can see here, you can... Oh no, sorry, that's because I have activated the Old Trader mods. But if this one is not activated, I know because I tested it earlier today that you couldn't get it in the trader. You could only get it in the Research Institute, and that's why I actually researched it in the Research Institute earlier. But it does show something that I wanted to show you, which is that this mod is actually working well with this Old Trader mod, which gives you in a specific trader all of the items available at any time. So you can find, as you scroll down, you can find them all. And it is compatible with both the flowers and the specialist one. And then the last one is not new at all. You probably know about it, but it has been updated. It is the cutting edge. Updated because now it also impacts the lanternsmith from Enbesa. So as you can see, consumable for these lanternsmiths. So here are those 4 items. Again, 2 very easy to buy here. The third one you probably want, the third and fourth one you probably want to research them in the Research Institute. Okay, so here is this overview of these two Enbesa specific modes that I wanted to share with you. One on the Specialist and one on the Botanical Garden. Again, I have no credit to them. I just wanted to market them a bit for you guys because I thought they were very interested. many things happening. In the next episode of this mod series, we'll talk about the metropolitan skyline mode. So don't hesitate to stay tuned if you want to learn more about this one. And again, as always, don't hesitate to leave any comments, questions below. I'll do my best to answer. And feel free to subscribe to the channel to never miss another video and help support the channel. Thank you for watching.